At the beginning, I'd like to say something if possible.
Thank you.
So, okay?
Sure, there's Alice.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Mine just said recordings in progress. Did you all
Yeah,
get that?
mine
message?
just said
Yeah,
that.
we got it.
Right. I just forgot it, yeah.
I just turned recording on so that Ann would have a copy of that if she needs it.
Great.
Yep,
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
Thank
a
you.
good turnout. Good for you.
Well, I
Hi,
think we're
Alice.
getting, I'm getting a few more. As I told some of the folks who got on earlier, Lucy will not be joining us. She had a bad case of vertigo and is in the hospital this morning.
Who is this?
Lucy. Lucy.
Oh, no.
So
Yeah, I haven't
sorry.
had a chance to talk to her. She texted me, so hopefully I'll visit with her after the
Oh,
meeting.
my.
Yeah, bless her heart.
Oh,
She's
Just
And
so
you're
much.
feeling good, Noel? You're
I'm
feeling
fine. I'm fine. Piece of cake. I was gonna go and have this lovely surgery done to stop my snoring. And my doctor, as a preliminary caution, wanted me to take a COVID test before I went under. And they called me the next day and said, "Oh, by the way, you're positive." I'm like, "Oh, for crying out loud." Not a symptom, nothing, piece of
Nothing.
cake, no fever, no nothing. And this was on a Thursday, and over the weekend, and my husband and I are like sitting 10 feet apart with our masks on, watching TV. It was just really silly. He
Yes.
said, let's go get you tested on Monday morning. And I went and tested it, came back negative. So all is good. I have lovely antibodies. I'm feeling great.
Oh, good,
Uh,
good.
Let's see, who else are we waiting on?
There's Dominique.
There's
Hello.
Dominique. Good
I'm here.
morning.
Good morning.
You've been a busy girl. You've got your
Oh.
big cook-off coming up this
I'll
weekend.
tell you what, I've been nonstop for the
Oh.
past 2 weeks. Just jumping from thing to thing. We're trying to get all our teams in, get our money in, get our organized, make sure we have enough food. We always worry there's not gonna be enough food.
One of these
So-
days I'm going to make it down there because it sounds wonderful. The
it's-
weather should be great, I hope.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have perfect chilly weather.
That's wonderful.
Ooh,
That's
you have a
wonderful.
good chili recipe?
I'm sorry, what?
You have a wonderful chili recipe?
You know, my husband makes the chili. He's never won. He keeps trying. I know he uses brisket. And then, so my law firm does it too, and they also use brisket. So apparently brisket is the key.
That's the key.
Ah,
Yeah, so,
not that grizzly stuff you get at HEB. that looks-
no.
Oh, that's nasty.
No, you have to cook the brisket, God knows, 9 hours in advance and,
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Quite the production.
oh, it is. Yeah. I wish
Well,
we had more teams, but that's all right.
How many did you guys have this year?
Well, we have 12 right now. We usually have about 17.
Oh,
And then
that's-
we've had a few drop out, not really COVID related, more that they just couldn't get they're busy and they couldn't get enough people to cook.
Gotcha.
So they're
Well,
like, we'll give you the money, but we won't be there to cook. And I
well,
said,
considering the circumstances of the last 2 years, 12 is not a bad number.
yeah, no, we're happy with it. We're happy.
Okay, well, I don't know who else is going to be. I know Sue Bennett wanted to be here, so she may chime in a little bit later. I don't know if Sharon's going to be here or not, but let's go ahead and get started. Stephanie, I've got you first on the agenda since we kind of got an urgent issue that
Lucky
popped
you.
up.
Okay, have we brought anybody up to date on where we are?
Not really. I mean, other than
I'll
my
bring- I'll bring you up
addition
to date. I'm chairing the nominating committee this year, and the other members of the committee are Sue Bennett, Sue Patterson, Linda Eagle, and Joette Rieger. And I've spoken to all of them. We've communicated back and forth, except for Linda Eagle has not gotten back, but I think sometimes she's traveling and stuff. So
Right.
anyway, most of it. The most recent development, I was so excited because it looked like everything was just greased, but the most recent development is our president-elect, Andrea Stone, is not going to continue. She is pulling herself out of president-elect. She is also given notice on her, she's the executive director of the Bar Foundation at Texas, which is premier foundation for legal entities. And she is resigning from that. She is going to travel and play with her grandkids. And we're saying more power to you. Congratulations. But it does leave the president-elect spot open. So we don't have somebody in there to rotate in when Noel vacates that office in August. So according to the bylaws, any any position that is vacated, either by resignation or removal from office, is to be filled by the board of directors. But I felt like it was, since I was going to be contacting, I had already started contacting the current officers and kind of feeling people out about where they might want to see themselves in the upcoming year. We needed to be all coordinated and offering some suggestions to the board of directors about how to fill that position. So that's where we are on that one. I will fill you in on the current officers. I have spoken with the second vice president. There she is. Evelyn Albright is willing to continue in her office. The recording secretary, and there she is willing to continue in her office. Sharon Chapelier, the treasurer, is willing to continue in her office. And each of these people, I hope, are thinking about grooming people for the position that they're in, if they're thinking about not continuing on. I feel like, you know, since the last couple of years have not been standard years, no one has really gotten to have their year. I mean, it's perfectly logical, and many other organizations are doing the same thing, to ask someone if they would be willing to continue in their office. And so that's where we are on that. I hadn't gotten in touch with Lisa. I see Lisa Sharp is on here, but she is the current first vice president. And so I hadn't been able to talk to her. But the other we have 5 people rotating off of the board of directors. They've completing their second year of their 2-year term. So the nominating committee will be approaching people to see about filling those 5 directorships. And then we will also be responsible for 2 nominating committee from us. And then the other 3 are selected from the board with it later on at the annual meeting. So that's where we are on our update for the nominating committee. Just to let you know, the nominating committee is working, and just we don't have you on speed dial yet, but answer your phone if we call you, and be willing to help us either with suggestions for people that you feel are competent to step into leadership position, or if you'd be willing to continue, if asked, I would do so and so. And I've been really appreciative of people that have said that, okay, I'm willing to do it this year again. And then, you know, we need to be thinking about somebody else, and I would be willing to do X, Y, and Z after that. So that's very helpful for not only me for this year, but for the upcoming nominating committees in the future, to know everybody's desires. Of course, everything can change. You may change your mind, just like Andrea Stone. She realized that she was not where she was when she agreed to do this. And it's been, you know, in that position, it's been a couple of years that she was looking down the road, and that's perfectly fine. Just just be honest with yourself and honest with us about your willingness to continue and do the job. So anything else? Anybody have any questions?
Suggestions.
Could Noel serve a second year?
That has been suggested. Noelle has not been asked.
Let's
For that.
ask her.
But, and I don't see her, hadn't slit her wrist up there yet. I'm looking.
I haven't. I think my husband might
There
divorce me.
are other people that the board would like to consider if Noelle is,
Let's see if we can.
underwhelmed about it. Let's see how things progress, but that would certainly be an option. I'm looking at I don't think there's any specific prohibition in the bylaw for a president to succeed herself, but we need to double check that. I'll pull up the bylaws and read them.
And you're kind of the guru on that. What does it say?
I haven't seen anything in the bylaws.
I don't think it's addressed at all. I know it's kind of a
I mean, it just it's something that hadn't occurred, so. probably
right.
talked about
Well, I'd really like to see someone step up and
Yeah.
fill the slot, who has energy and vision and.
And it needs to be someone who is, who has been around, because they're going to be taking over in August. So it's not like, you have
I always think the first year you're learning the ropes, and the second year goes a lot easier. So
Right.
I think it's, she's doing such a terrific job, and with the new scholarship initiative, I think it'd be great to have her continue on board and see us through that.
Well, let's see if we can get somebody to step in. And then if we can, but we'll discuss that point. So Stephanie, have you reached out to anybody as far as filling that position yet? Not yet. Okay.
I have made a contact or two, and I have not been cut off at the knees so
Okay.
far. So
Good.
there is a consideration that could be forthcoming, and
Okay.
you would not have to succeed yourself. We could use you. I mean,
I will-
you're so
I will be
great.
there in full support, whoever decides to step in and
Okay.
take over. So I will be there. I'm not going anywhere.
And I did not, I've been collecting names and suggestions, but I have not approached anyone else about the directorships or the nominating committee until I had this officer situation, underhand, because
Good.
that's the most important thing. And then we're unfortunately, a lot of times we're Texas heavy. So I would really like to be sure that the directors that we will be seeking approval for would be from from the other states. So that's just coming from me. So if you have ideas, my email is out there. Please let me know for how to proceed.
Sounds good. Sounds
Okay.
good. Okay.
End of report.
End of report. Well, this is just kind of a throw together mini meeting here. Was basically to discuss the upcoming mid-year meeting, and bless Lucy's heart, it was, I may have told all of y'all, but she is in the hospital this morning with vertigo and could not make it. So I will step into her shoes. We basically have the whole thing lined up. If you haven't had a chance to look online, I have all the events online.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it up here, but I'll kind of walk through what it's going to look like. If you'll bear with me. Hang on, maybe I can. Barbara, how do I bring up something on the side here?
Here, I can share my screen with you. Is it on your computer?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll share my screen.
I mean, I'll have to pull it up, but if you want to go to it, you can.
Oh,
Go to
wait. I'm sorry. Let me allow you to share. I haven't done this in a while, so go to your share screen at the
Okay.
bottom.
Okay.
and,
Host disabled screen, participant screen sharing. You just disabled.
Okay, now try it.
Okay, let me
And then
see
you'll
where.
come up with all the windows on your computer. Just
Yes,
the one that has
yes,
the,
yes, yes,
tab.
yes. Okay, hang on. Share, all right, let me go to it real quick. Here we go. All right, so can you all see this?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so this is the website, and basically I've taken Lucy's, all of her hard work and have put it on here to the extent that I can. So, and this is, you can find this on the link from the very front page, and I have now set up things where you can actually purchase your dinner reservations. So starting out, everybody, on Wednesday night, we are going to have the awards dinner to celebrate Stephanie and Evelyn, since they kind of got passed by as far as official celebrations. And that's going to be at the Women's Club of San Antonio. And we have a lovely kind of a fiesta type dinner with fajitas and enchiladas. And I think we're going to have margaritas and beer, and it should be really, really nice. That's going to be $35 a person, which includes tax and gratuity as well as cocktails. So that was a really neat thing. So it's available for purchase now. We've got it all set up. Then the way the cart is going, the way the purchase is going to be, it's not purchased individually. You will kind of add it to your cart like you're going to buy something on Amazon. And so you can go through and add different things, and at the end you can check out, which is kind of a nifty way of doing it. And you can purchase more than one at a time. For instance, if you and your husband want to go or whatever, or some people are bringing extra people. Rita, I think, is bringing a third one, right? No, Jan.
It'd probably be a good idea. I don't know if Lucy and I talked on Monday. I'm surprised she was not feeling well. She didn't mention that, although she did say something about that guy was not feeling well. But anyway, we might want to invite some, y'all might want to invite, well, I should say me too, ALA. Some of the San Antonio board
Absolutely.
executive committee members, they
Absolutely.
might need to get a special invitation. I think they'll come. The Women's Club is near downtown. It won't be a long drive for anybody. Plenty of parking. And you're going to have a caterer, which is Los Barrios. And many of you may have seen Diane Barrios on TV. She's frequently on Bobby Flay's show. You'll get a little sample of San Antonio Tex-Mex food, but she's well-known and well-recognized and has a really good cookbook that we all use. In fact, she used to hold cooking schools years ago. And the Bar Auxiliary has had several things there. But anyway, some special events at the Women's Club. It's a restored 1800s beautiful mansion. A lot of events are held there. The bar, San Antonio Bar, holds a lot of our events there. You're going to have a great time there. And it's a pretty location.
I think that's a wonderful idea, Rita. If you will send me the list of the board and their emails,
Okay.
I'll get them in the loop. I think that's great. I
Okay.
think they need to join ALA if they haven't done so. How about that?
Absolutely. And particularly some of their wives that may not have even joined the San Antonio Bar might participate with them, but it's on the way out of town for a lot of people that work downtown or at the courthouse. So a lot of times when we have events, they'll just drop by for a drink and leave, but it's a well-known location, easily reachable and with plenty of parking.
Excellent. Excellent. I think it should be lovely. If it's anything like the one in Austin, the Austin Women's Club, it should be fantastic.
Now, will they
Thursday-
provide transportation to get there?
No, you'll have to use Uber. There's not, I'm sure there's bus transportation, but you don't want to use that for sure.
And probably carpooling. You can
That's
probably
right.
carpool.
Carpooling. It's only maybe a 10 or 15-minute drive. Keep in mind, Fiesta's going on. A lot of streets are packed and things, so it might take you a little longer, but it's right downtown, right on the edge of town.
Excellent. Excellent. The next morning, Thursday morning, and actually the time is changed. It's going to be changed on that to 8:30 because we are going to have a breakfast buffet. It's going to be much more of an event. Natalie actually had a lovely idea of honoring Pauline Krieger. As you all know, she's almost completely blind at this point, and she's been talking to her monthly. And Natalie, why don't you kind of bring us up to speed on your ideas?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank everybody for the cards and for the donations, and I'm getting around to it. It was hard to open the cards till now, to tell you the truth. And I'm getting ready to 5 thank you notes a day. I have been talking to Pauline like 5 times this week, but she's a doll, and she has been trying to get to everything all the time. As you all know, she goes out of her way to have her son come and bring her, and he is bringing her again. And she called me last night and she said, I said that I would bunk with her, and her son was really happy. So I am going to stay with her, but I have been kind of fuzzy these last few months, and I want you to know that I did something absolutely stupid. I made my plane reservations for Austin, Texas instead of San Antonio.
no.
Texas. I mean, I have been in another world. I can only tell you that. And so I'm going to have to call today. And she's the one that brought it up. She said, "Isn't it in San Antonio?" And I said, "No, it's in Austin." And I don't know, I've been out of it. So anyway, I will have to call and get my reservations changed. But I did read that it was only an hour and 36 minutes to drive.
It is. It's
No,
not hard.
no, not
Get the
anymore.
reservations. Yeah, I'll just rent a car. But I
Let
really
me tell
think-
you,
Huh?
it is further than, it's longer. The traffic on 35 has gotten so bad. I go back and forth to Austin to see my daughter. It's about a 2 to 2.5 hour drive now. A lot of
Ugh.
stops and
Oh.
starts.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
try
awful.
to get reservations to San Antonio.
Yes, you will.
Anyway, but I really do feel that she should be honored. She has done so much for this, for us, really. And all of you old timers know that. And so I hope we can do something for her. I'm not going to tell her anything. And I also want to say while I'm on here, thank you for showing up for the talking to people for twice a month or whenever, or once a month if you have to. It has meant a lot to the people that I've talked to. And of course, I chose Pauline and and Kathy. And I haven't been able to get a hold of Kathy lately, though. I don't know what's happened with her, but she sent me a beautiful note and a picture of Bob and I at in Sacramento in 2006 or 7. And so it means a lot to people. And I did this before Bob passed away. I didn't even think about it, but I was thinking, God, we're all in our houses today and people are lonely. I mean, it's nice to talk to people on the phone, if nothing else. And Pauline was thrilled. And so we've been talking quite a lot. And so I hope you'll keep it up, and you will all please find a couple of people that you don't talk to except at the meetings or something like that. So I appreciate that.
Natalie, thank you. That is, I think this is going to be just a real treat. So let's keep it a surprise to the extent that we can. I know Lucy is planning to get some flowers for her. I was thinking of a plaque, but that seems a little overkill since she got her volunteer.
Remember, she can't see the plaque and she
Right.
can't read it. So we have to have something that she could hold or do something like
Yeah,
that.
flowers would be lovely. And also,
Okay.
you know, as I sent out in that little questionnaire, I'd like for people to start putting together either memories of her or fun stories or just something sweet, and we can compile them into a little booklet of quotes about from folks that her son can read to her, or we can read to her, or we can read at the presentation. Natalie, would you like to kind of spearhead that
Sure.
presentation for
Sure.
her? Okay.
Yes, if I
That
make
would be
it to
great.
San Antonio.
Well, you'll make it.
Not Austin, Texas,
You-
or Houston, Texas, or
If- if
Dallas, Texas.
If nothing else, we've got enough people from Austin who are going to be there. You can probably hitch a ride with one of us, I would think. So don't worry about it. Anyway, so that's, yeah.
Well, if you could put those on maybe a thumb drive where she could put it in the computer and just listen to it, even if she can't read it.
Oh, that's an idea. We could certainly do a verbal thing also.
Yeah, I think that would be, she could
Video,
do that
yeah.
whenever she wants to. She wouldn't have to be dependent on her son being there to read it to her.
That's a great idea.
You know, she's in her 90s now and she's still planning on coming. I mean, she couldn't get your emails and all the things that you've been sending out. So she didn't know about it. And so I sent it to her by mail so that her son could have it, because she can't really get on the email anymore or do anything like that. And he doesn't have time with all the things he does for her. He's there all afternoon. She's by herself in the morning and at night, but he's there all afternoon to do her billing and everything else and help her with the food and everything.
Wow.
Mhm.
He had to get some flowers for doing all
You're not kidding, that's for sure.
I wonder about the flowers as far as transportation, because many of us are flying in and having to
Right.
carry flowers on the plane. If there's something else, I don't know how she's.
No.
getting-
We're gonna have flowers for her there. Lucy's gonna have arrangements
Just to present to her.
to present to her. No,
Yeah,
we're not bringing individual flowers.
No, but I was saying, how is she gonna get that home on the plane?
They're driving, I believe.
Oh, are they driving? Oh, she doesn't have that far to go.
no, they're flying, I think.
Oh, they're flying.
Yeah,
well-
they're flying. Yeah, yeah, she's in Rochester, Minnesota. I think that's
Uh-huh.
a ways from Texas, isn't it?
I would think so. I thought they were driving. That was very ambitious.
The
How
flowers
about-
may
That-
not
that's-
last that long, you know.
They
Or
may.
how about sending the flowers to her in Minnesota?
And so, yeah, I think that would be a
Mhm.
nice thing to do. I
Good
think
idea.
so,
Okay,
because-
maybe we can do that. All right.
Yeah, because that, and the person that's arranging this, they're not in their own hometown, so it's difficult to get to, to bring things in, I think.
Okay.
So that's a
All
nice.
right, I'll
send it
let
to her.
Lucy know. She's kind of the coordinator on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, wait a
um,
minute, Noel,
yeah,
it just came to me that maybe we could do some books by, the reading books that the people listen to, like
Audiobooks?
on the
Audio?
audio books. Maybe we could do something like that, like send her a couple of audio books. That would be nice. And for, that kind of thing would be nice. She loves to stay up at nighttime and just listen to the television. So, that might be nice.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Mhm.
You know, to that.
But I think gift cards for audiobooks, because we have no idea what she's read.
Mhm. That would be nice, yes.
Well, the Library of Congress also has a subscription service for people with hearing problems.
Mhm.
You just sign up for it and they send you whatever you want to listen to.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
These are great ideas. Okay, let me make note. I'm sure we can come up with something creative to show how much we appreciate it. All right, so that's part of the first part of the meeting. And then we have Virginia, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rita, we got Virginia coming in to talk about Fiesta.
Yes, we're going to talk to you and to let you know why we celebrate Fiesta, what it means, the history of the activities that go on. A lot of people don't know there is a historical reason why we have Fiesta in San Antonio, and it has a lot to do with the Alamo. So she will come. Virginia has been a member of the Fiesta Commission for as long as I have known her. She's when we were talking about who should be the right person to come make the presentation, Virginia is absolutely the correct one. Many of you know Virginia from both TLA and ALA, and she will be there. Plus the bar auxiliary's got a surprise for you. So you don't want to miss the meeting because you won't get the surprise. And I won't tell you what it is, but we're working on it. And that will be part of the early morning meeting.
Good. Okay. And then after that, we'll probably start the committee reports and go through all that stuff. While I'm thinking about that, how do you all feel about doing virtual or digital reports versus paper reports? I know because of the pandemic, last couple of meetings, we've all done digital reports, but I know a lot of you guys, especially if we're going to be there in person, want to have handwritten or paper things. And I'm thinking maybe, and this is just my suggestion, is that for some of the chair people who are not going to be there, there are a couple who aren't making the trip. Maybe we have them send out their report digitally beforehand, and they can send it to me and I can distribute it, or I can put it online. And then whoever is going to be there just to bring their reports kind of like the old fashioned way, like we used to, and distribute them at the meetings. Any thoughts on that?
I think that's a good suggestion.
Are we going to
Okay.
try and Zoom the meeting as well for people who might want to come but don't want to travel?
Oh, that would be great.
I mean, we can set that up and then people, as long as, I guess it'd be me or you, whoever it is, has the digital copy ahead of time, that person who's running the meeting can
Grace.
pull that up on the screen.
Somebody's got a puppy dog there.
Can I say something now?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it looks as though I am not going to be able to make the.
Oh,
I can't go into it at the moment, but it looks as though I'm not going to be able. So I really would appreciate if we had some kind of Zoom, thing too. So at least I could do my secretarial job.
we will miss you, Anne.
I know.
As long as we have internet in the room where we're having the meeting, that shouldn't be an issue.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. Let's plan on that. Barbara, why don't you put that on your list of
Okay,
to-dos to take care of that?
will do.
And that way, for those who can't make it, I'll make a note that we are going to have it Zoom so they can Zoom in and join us virtually. And that's great because, either folks don't want to spend the money or they can't get away, or, they don't feel comfortable meeting in person. So that's a great, kind of a hybrid meeting. I think that's wonderful. Okay, so back to our little agenda. So we're going to have our lovely meeting, and then we're on our own for lunch after that.
Oh, well, is there a cost for that breakfast meeting? It's not.
That's our treat. We have a certain stipend we have to meet anyway, and so we thought we might as well have a nice breakfast with a hotel. And then we've got our behind the scenes tour of night in Nyosa. Is that how it's pronounced, Rita?
Yes, one of the most fun things, and the Bar Auxiliary has given a lot of thought to the things that we thought y'all might want to do, the things that we love about Fiesta. And you're going to have to start practicing saying Viva Fiesta, because we don't say hello during Fiesta. We say Viva Fiesta all to people. But anyway, one of the highlights of the Fiesta is not in old San Antonio, but for San Antonians, we just say Nyosa. You're going to Nyosa. It's a 4-night event that the Conservation Society has sponsored for decades. It's a chance to see the history and the Six Flags that Texas served under. So there's food and drinks in La Villita, which is one of the original villages of San Antonio. And you'll be able to go in before Nyosa starts. It doesn't start till open the gates at 5, and most people come at 5, but because Dorothy Schultz is also on the Fiesta Commission, she has a man who is from the Conservation Society who has volunteered to be our tour leader. We will go in before Nyosa actually opens. You'll be able to visit the different cultural areas and see the food set up. When it opens at night, that area represents like Germany, France, Spain, Mexico, trying to think, Asia. It's all the groups of people that have made up San Antonio. And so each area has its own food, its own music. Everything is through food booths. And so even though you won't be able to eat at 3, when it opens at 5, all the things open, you'll want to stay and listen to the music, find a place to sit and watch the crowds. Enjoy the activities that are going on. There's dancing groups. It's quite an event. In San Antonio, we have a high school night, we have a college night, we have a military night. It doesn't mean everybody else can't come, but growing up, you would go on the night that fits your particular interest. And we will have a tour first. The gates will open at 5, and you will want to stay and enjoy some of the food. It's really a special event that no one gets to do. You don't get to come in early unless you're a part of a VIP group, which of course you'll be in by 3 and stay as long as you like. It's really one of the highlights of Fiesta.
Is Dorothy going to get us the details about where the logistics, where to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We will have all those details about where to meet. It's right downtown. The village called La Villita is right downtown on the river. It's close to walk from your hotel. You won't need transportation. That way you can, if you decide your feet are tired and you don't want to walk through all the different areas, you can go back to the hotel or find a place to sit, but you'll be on your own once the tour is over.
Okay.
I didn't even had tours until a couple of women volunteered to find out if we could get one. So I'm looking forward to it myself.
I think it sounds wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I mean, and for those of you who have not been to the river, it's magical. It's just beautiful. It really is. It's so much fun. All right, so that is Thursday. So we've got a full day there. Friday. More Rita, where are we on the Battle of the Flowers parade?
I talked again to, there's 2 women you're going to have to say thank you to who have really been on this project. Granted, we've been working on it for 3 years. We should have worked out all the details, but everything stays such in flux anymore about Fiesta. But Dorothy Schultz, who started this project with TLA when they were coming 3 years ago, has been very involved. She had the contact with the parade. I've got a backup of the parade. She checked, I talked to her Monday. She still had not been able to confirm our tickets. I did talk to where I usually buy tickets, and they let all along the parade group, different groups are buy the tickets, sell the tickets as fundraisers. So we have a backup group that will say that they could probably handle the tickets for me. But as of Monday, Dorothy had not been able to confirm our parade tickets through the Fiesta Commission. We will more than likely the hotel is not on the parade route. We will have to get to the area that they have designated for our group. I noticed that they put in the price of $7 for the tickets. The group I talked to, the Lions Club, that can give us 20 tickets, 25 tickets. They will be a little more, so that may have to change, but I don't know yet. But Dorothy did on Monday, checked again. She could not get in touch with the person she'd been dealing with for the tickets. But you don't want to miss that. That's the Battle of Flowers parade. It's the biggest parade of the Fiesta. Beautiful, beautiful floats, all covered with flowers and sequins. And you'll start out with the Texas A&M band, which just makes my heart shake because I'm an Aggie. And all my kids went to A&M. But anyway, you're going to have a great time at that. It's a long parade, but it's also just spectacular. But we'll have to keep working on that one to confirm the tickets. And Dorothy, as of Monday, had not been able to confirm them, but we do have a backup at a different location.
Okay. Do let me know how many tickets will be available, and it'll be obviously a first come, first serve. So I imagine
Okay, good.
they're going to go like
It's not,
hotcakes.
It's not going to be on the television because I won't be able to get her there.
No, it
It'll
will
be
be
on
on
television?
TV. Yes, she'll be, well, of course, I don't know how well she can see it, but it will be on TV.
Okay,
It's locally televised.
okay.
Yeah, if you find out the number of tickets we're going to be able to get and the actual price, and you know, we obviously have some time for that. That would be great. And I can get
Okay,
this-
that's the only thing on the agenda that Lucy put together that is not nailed down. We
Right.
will be going to the parade. It's just which group which area will we be in? I can't confirm yet.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
And then after the Battle of Flowers, we have our follow-up board meeting and auxiliary awards. Jennifer and who else is with it? Oh, Janet. How are we doing on the auxiliary awards?
Hello. Can y'all
Jennifer?
hear-
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Janet and Evelyn and Mary Ellen and I met via Zoom the other day, and we went over all of the awards and had a wonderful discussion. Such great programs. And we were all so impressed that everyone has done so much, even under these circumstances with COVID and not being able to meet as much. So we had 10 applicants, and we are awarding 10 awards, and they're all absolutely wonderful.
So logistically, would you like to present the awards at the meeting? You and Janet?
Yes, is that we would.
Okay.
Is Janet on?
I believe so.
Yes.
Janet?
She's on, or she was.
I'm here. Didn't we tentatively say we would compose a letter to send to the winners?
Yes.
Explain when we would distribute them. And then we would send a note to Kitty to make some certificates if she's willing to do that.
Sure, I can do that.
And
Okay,
also a note to Sharon to have checks available for this date and time. That's in the works.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm thinking as far as procedurally at the meeting, you guys will tag team presenting the awards.
Yes, and I see that we're scheduled for the board meeting in the afternoon on Friday at 2 to 5.
Yes.
I have my nephew's wedding that weekend, so I have to scoot out on Friday as soon as possible. So I'm wondering.
We can do it
if
first
we-
thing.
Okay.
First, can you be there at 2? We can do it right
I
then.
can be there at 2. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will do that then.
Okay. And as
Cool.
Janet said, we're in the works. Everything else is being, yes. So we had a wonderful meeting and we're good to go.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So after that, and I'm sorry you're not going to be here, I'm going to host a little reception in my room. I'm so excited about this, that Joette is going to help me put together, just to kind of get together and visit and celebrate and toast and have a nice time. And then afterwards, we have reserved Boudreaux's on the Riverwalk for dinner. And it is lovely, and it's we just stumbled upon this, Lucy and I, and it just looks fabulous. And we've got to have a choice of 4 entrees. I think there's a steak and a salmon, chicken, and then a crawfish and shrimp enchilada dish, a salad, and some sort of lovely dessert that it will be available. And that is a 3-minute walk from the hotel. So that should be a lot of fun. And that's set up and it's ready for you all to purchase your tickets there. We will, anything you want to drink is on your own though. We are not picking up the tab for adult beverages that night. So if you want to have a cocktail, then that's on your ticket. And then the next morning, Rita is hosting a brunch. Rita, why don't you give us some information on that?
I will give everyone a map at one of the meetings to get to our house. We used to live out in the country, but San Antonio, when we built out here, was like 800,000. Now we're at almost 1.3 million, and they're all around us now. But we live out on some property on the edge of town, out Interstate 10. Those of you that will be leaving town, you'll be could get on your way and from our home. Those of you that are staying in San Antonio for some other of the events, I should tell you that Saturday night is one of our big closing events. Fiesta this year is from March the 31st through April 10th. Our brunch is on the 9th. If you stay over that night, we have the Flambeau Parade, which is the only night parade of the United States. It's fabulous. Everything is covered with lights. Every band, every marcher, every float, everything is covered with lights, and it's a great way to kind of end Fiesta. But if you're leaving, we want you to come out to our house. We live out on some property on the edge of town on Interstate 10. I'll give you a map. We're looking forward to having you, and I hope it'll close out one of the best trips you've ever made.
Sounds wonderful.
Where is the airport from your house?
It's a little, you'll head back around, it's not that far, maybe a 30-minute drive.
Is it necessary to rent a car, or is there the transportation?
I don't think I've ever seen an Uber out here. I think you could probably get to, there might be, well, there's a lot of, they're building apartments not far from us that, so yes, Uber would get you here, but no, that would be the only way you could get here.
Okay.
We're still kind of on the edge of town. We're not really in part of the city. We're out in the county.
Okay.
Well,
We can figure it out.
Another case of carpooling also as well.
We'll just figure it out. It'll be fine.
Okay, we'll talk about it at the, it's not that far a drive anymore. Because I mean, we're just on the edge, but it's still not in the city.
Okay.
Well, we'll figure it out.
So that's our mid-year meeting. I think it's coming along wonderfully. Kudos to Lucy. I wish she could be here, but I will let her know that of the little bit of couple of changes that we have, like with the Zoom capture of this.
I have
Couple-
a
couple of questions.
Yes.
This is Sharon. I have a couple questions just as treasurer. So are people going to do this through PayPal?
Yes.
Or will there be an option to mail me checks? Because some of our people don't like putting their credit card information on the.
I know. I guess I should do that. I can give them the option of sending a check in as well. So I will do that.
Okay.
I prefer, yeah.
Then the other question is, when at the restaurant where you said that people will have to pay for their own drinks, is the restaurant willing to bill them, or
Yes.
are they just
will.
going to do one big bill? We've
No.
had that in the past.
They will do separate checks. We double
Okay.
check with that. So that's not going to be an issue. That's one of the reasons we decided to do it this way.
That's great.
I know. Alice, yes?
What hotel are we staying in?
The majority of the rooms have been at the Hyatt. So I don't know where your reservations were. It filled up very quickly. Lucy had been giving alternative options to people who couldn't get into the Hyatt. Maybe the Menger, I'm not sure where people are
Yeah,
staying, if they're not staying.
I'm staying at the Menger and I looked on a map and it's in walking distance, so I'll just walk back and forth.
Yeah,
What
sure.
is- what is the
If you're
name of hotel, Janet? What's the name of your hotel?
Menger, Menger, and it's a very classic historic hotel.
Yes.
And that's what I like.
And I'm staying there as well.
Pardon me?
I'm staying there as well, Janet.
Oh, are you,
You are?
Jennifer?
Okay.
Let's see, what else did I have to go over? Usually before the meeting, say that Wednesday, typically we would have committee meetings prior to the start. I think if your committee needs a meeting, I think it should be held virtually via Zoom prior to the mid-year meeting. The spaces at the hotel were very expensive, and Lucy did not feel it was worthwhile renting these extra rooms for the committee meetings, particularly now that we have Zoom and we've gotten so proficient at using it. So if you are chairing a committee and you want to have a committee meeting prior to the mid-year meeting, let's go ahead and plan on doing it via Zoom that week beforehand, if that works for everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea.
And I will send that out, make sure that in my e-blasts and emails that people do that. Anybody want to volunteer to give the inspiration? I'm not very good at that. I'm more of a, pop a beer and raise a toast type person, but we have inspirational people here. Does anyone want to volunteer for that? Anybody? I'm hearing crickets.
Well, I know that Sue Bennett did a beautiful inspiration at one of the meetings. She's good at that. I think, is it Marilyn McDowell? I don't know if she's going to be there, but
I don't know.
all
All right.
right,
Well,
we'll find out who's going to be there first, probably.
True.
I'll
True.
volunteer. Janet here, I'll volunteer.
Oh, Janet, you are so wonderful. Okay. I will put you down. Come up with something great that will inspire us.
I'll start digging.
Okay. I know I'm going to reach out to Jackie's daughter, Adrienne, to be our photographer. I don't know if Linda Eagle is going to be there. She's kind of gone radio silence on us. She has been our photographer, not recently, but in the last couple of years meetings. But I know Adrienne did it in San Francisco, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
And she will be there, and she's going to bartend on the Wednesday night. So I'm going to reach out and see if she will be our photographer. I encourage all of you all to take pictures as well, just in case she misses something, and I'll slap them up on the website when the time has come. Let's see what else. I think that's about it. Anything else, guys?
Can I make a comment?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I should have done this when you were talking about Pauline. Pauline took over as president upon the death of the member who was supposed to take over, and she stepped up. This was in 2001 or something, I can't recall. And because the meeting, I remember this very clearly, because the meeting was in Washington, D.C. And she asked me if I could arrange things to do, and I did. And it was wonderful working with her, and we had a great time. We did lots of fun stuff. And but she just said, nope, she would do it. And she just stepped up. So I thought, wow. I don't know if she was in line for it. I don't recall the details. I just remember this, I think it was Summit was her name. She's from Tennessee. And lovely lady, but she passed away.
Oh my, will you capture that thought, that little story, and send it to me? Because one of the things, and this is what I meant to say, is with these quotes that people have given me or will be giving me, or these stories, I'm going to put together a little booklet. And then I think I love Barbara's idea about reading these as well, and recording them. And you can do a recording on your phone and send it to me, and I can compile that as well. But yeah, I'm going to put together a little paper booklet type thing with these quotes there, so her son can read it to her, or she can, I don't know.
And just
Anyway.
one more thing. I am totally impressed with all these activities. I can't wait to go. And I'm hoping that everything works out well, so we can go. But we got our tickets, we got our hotel, we're set.
Good, good.
Had one
But thank
thing.
you. Thank you, Rita, and your group. Thank you.
I want to tell you that the San Antonio Bar Auxiliary has really, I hope you'll get a chance to meet our president, Dodie Manning. She put this as one of her projects for the year as new president. And it has been a point of discussion, even added money to our budget for some things that we wanted to do. And she is going to be involved with everything. And I want you to know that the Bar Auxiliary members have said that they would hope you would consider them their unofficial hostesses. Our goal is to make sure that you have a great time, do lots of fun things. We're going to make sure you know of other activities that are going on and how to get involved in them. We're excited about having you come. And San Antonio throws a party, and we haven't had one in 3 years, so it's going to be a special fiesta for all of us.
We are due. This is going to be fabulous, just fabulous.
It's going to be hard to top this one. I feel sorry for the people planning the next one.
Well, the next one's going to be in Chicago, but that's always fun.
Yeah, but this
And
is
for
so
whoever,
fabulous.
whoever decides to step up as president-elect, the mid-year meeting in 2023 is in New Orleans. So that will be fun also. All right, guys, anything else we can think of?
Well,
All
thank
right.
you. Thank you, Noel, for all your hard work. You've done a
Well, it's
wonderful
my
job
pleasure, my
organizing it.
pleasure. We have all sorts of
Thank
fun
you,
things to
Noelle.
talk about at the meeting. And if y'all need anything or want to bounce something off of me, my door is always open and my phone is always on and my email is always ready. So everybody take care, have a lovely weekend, and we shall visit soon. And for those of you all who have not present yet, expect a call from Stephanie and do answer her phone call. All right, guys, take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you all.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anne, are you still
Bye.
on?
See you in San Antonio.
And I will send you a tape of this so you can make notes.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You are welcome.
I'm
Bye.
recording it too, but it just helps. Thank you very much.
Yep, we'll do it. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.